Hey Esthers! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I am here with my Nana, and we are going to be making a very delicious potato salad recipe. So let's get started.
Today we're going to make a potato salad recipe that's a little tricky, but it's still fairly simple. The first thing is to cook the potatoes and the eggs. So we're just going to use 3 potatoes, and for the most part I use big potatoes because it's less peeling that way when they're cooked. It takes a little longer to cook them, but so I cover the potatoes with water, and I'll put them on a medium heat at least an hour. I test them with a fork. When the fork goes in nice and smooth, then I know that they are. We want the potatoes well cooked. You don't make a potato salad with half raw potatoes. And we cover the potatoes good with the water. There we go. And I'll do number 4. Then the next thing we do is put the eggs on, so they start cooking also. With 3 potatoes, I use 1 egg for each potato. But since I'm using big potatoes, I'm going to use 2. So I'm going to use 4 eggs with 3 potatoes. And here again, we cover the eggs with water so they cook well. There we go, and we put them on a medium heat. And it will take about half an hour for the eggs. So the eggs will be done before the potatoes. I'm also going to put a lid on each pan. We are getting the onions ready. This is one of the ingredients of the potato salad. And I cut off a lot of the green, not all. And then I take off the outer membrane here that's usually a little bit on the tough side. There we go. And then I lay them out to dry. They need time to dry. And then I get all the onions ready and make a nice pile of them ready to cut up when the potatoes are ready.
So this is perfect to start working on while the potatoes are cooking. So we are using about 10 or 12 onions for the potato salad, and now we are going to let them dry for a while. For the next ingredient, we're cutting up celery. We're not going to use all of this celery for the potato salad recipe. We're just rinsing all of it. And cutting off the leafy parts.
Okay, and that's going to sit and dry.
Now the celery and the onions will sit and dry for a while.
The last ingredient that we're going to chop up after the onions and celery and hard-boiled eggs is the pickles. And I always use kosher dill, Clausen. Never use anything else because they have the right flavor. Now I take them out of the pickle juice and drain them on paper towel so that they have a chance to dry too. You don't want to add too much of the juice into the potato salad. So I drain them, let them sit on a paper towel while everything else is cooking, and then they're ready to go to be chopped up. So these are after we get the hard-boiled eggs, these are the 3 ingredients: pickles, onions, and celery that we will chop up into the potato salad. Okay, now the eggs are hard-boiled, and the way I do it is I put cold water on them, and I peel them right away. Water, make sure. Be careful you don't get burned here. Okay. Just get them good across the There's a little membrane that's underneath the shell, and if you can break that membrane, then the shell comes off in just about one piece. One little extra piece left over there. So we'll peel all 4 eggs. I'm checking, and our potatoes are well cooked. So now it's time to take them off the fire. I always set the pan in the sink because that's kind of a nice, safe place to put it. And I lift the potatoes out of the hot water onto paper towel, excuse me, so they can dry. One of them split open, which is okay. Now, oops. We let the potatoes cool to room temperature, which takes a while. And then after that, we're going to peel the potatoes, chop the ingredients, and put the potato salad together.
So the potatoes have cooled, and now we are going to peel them and cut them up.
Some people peel the potatoes before. I like to peel them after because not so much moisture gets into the potato that way. We make small pieces so that when the flavors start to get into the potato, they don't have a big piece of potato. Okay? There's our first potato chopped up. The next ingredient we're going to cut up are our kosher dill pickles. And again, you want to make small pieces because when they eat the salad, they don't want a big crunchy piece of pickle in there. They just want a little. Get down to the end sometimes. You have to eat it. I'm trying to be sure to get small pieces. Okay, that's about how they look, almost like diced. Okay, and then those just go into the potatoes.
There will be 3 pickle slices for each potato, so we're putting in a total of 9 slices. There we go.
Okay, next are the hard-boiled eggs, and we're putting in 4, 1 extra egg for the potatoes. And those you can usually just kind of slice like this. There you go, there's your 1 egg. All right, next we're going to cut up our green onions, and we're putting in 3 for each potato. So we're putting in a total of 9 green onions, which also you want to cut up thin and narrow. And they will break apart as you stir up the potato salad. So let's get rid of this piece. We don't want that big piece in there. I don't go quite to the end, I go near the end. I usually leave the last inch or so, like that. Okay? And that green onion goes in, and we'll do 6 more, so we have it well seasoned. Okay, now it's time to cut up the last ingredient that we chop up, and that's celery. I prefer to use the inner part of the celery, and as you can see, it's whiter. You compare the color. I don't like to use the dark green outer part. Nothing wrong with it. You can use it on other things, but I prefer for my potato salad to use the whiter part of the celery. I think it's because it's slightly it has a lighter flavor to it, so it doesn't overpower the potato salad so much. Now, for cutting up celery, I use a bigger knife. Kind of like a butcher knife, because it works better.
Massive.
It works a little bit better. So I switched knives. These are all about the same size, so we'll cut them. And here again, you try to get as small a piece as you can, so they don't get a big chunk of celery in their mouth. And we've cut up the celery into small pieces. And I used two pieces of small celery per potato. So if you're using a big piece, then you just use one. After I have all the ingredients in the pan ready to go, I like to stir it up before I add the seasonings. And this is also a time when you can kind of make sure that you have enough things in the potato salad. It's just not all potato. Okay? Now, first thing is pepper, and pepper you just shake. You just shake it about 10 times. We're going to start off with 1 teaspoon each of the others. This is onion salt. I'll do it over the sink. This is garlic salt. We've added our seasoning, and now mayonnaise. Start off with 1 big scoop for each potato. And then after that, we taste it. See if it has enough mayonnaise, see if it has enough seasoning. Because it takes a little bit of adjusting when you're working with potatoes. They absorb a lot of the moisture and a lot of the seasoning. This is pretty good. Let's taste. I think I'm going to add a tiny bit more mayonnaise. And then I'm going to let it sit in the refrigerator. Because I think we might have the seasoning just right. But because the potatoes absorb the seasoning, it's always better to taste your potato salad the next day and then adjust. Add more if you want. But we got that pretty close. Needed just a little bit more cream. Potato salad, refrigerate right away and keep it refrigerated. You can see that's about the creaminess that you want. Okay?
That looks so delicious.
You want a bite?
Yes. That potato salad was so delicious. It's like the best I've ever had. If you loved it too, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye!